or cover photo. You can do that by just clicking on change cover photo and using any of these that Dice offers you guys, or you guys can upload your own. Another way to get that to 80% completion rate or 100 is by editing this icon or clicking on this edit icon over here where it says your name. And then you guys just need to update your job title to whatever it may be. Below here under the About section, this is where you guys can add a little description about yourself or your company. I do a little bit of both just so I can get as intimate as I can with those candidates. And then below here is where you guys can update your work email, add an office number, mobile number, and a work location. We do offer you guys the opportunity to make any of these work emails or office numbers public or private. I just set my work email to public. That way candidates can reach out to me via email. Once you have that filled out, just hit Save Changes and it will update that completion rate for you. Over here to the right, this is what I like to compare to Facebook. So this is where you guys can add any status updates, whether it's personal or job related. Anything goes here for you guys. And then you guys can upload any images, again, whether it's personal or work related. Over here to the right, you guys can add any hiring needs that you may want or need in the future. And then add any events that are coming up as well. All of that, when you have that completed, will show up below here. And then another cool thing that Dice offers is your guys' job postings can be linked to your recruiter profile, and then candidates will be able to see all of those job postings that you do have linked to your profile right here. Any questions over that? If there are no questions over that, I am going to go into how to post a job quickly. So from here, this is where you guys will be able to post a job. The slots open just shows how many available slots you guys have to post new jobs. So for me, I would have 38 more slots to post 38 more new jobs. It all depends on your company though, and what they have set into the contract. For job title, for best practices, just please try and keep it as simple as possible. Don't get too wordy with it. So if it is a Java developer, just type in Java developer. Under here is the job ID. So if you guys want to create your own or have your own, you guys can go ahead and type that in here. Otherwise, if you don't have one, Dice will just auto-generate one for you. And then below here, this is where you guys can add the location of the job, whether it's on-site, remote, or hybrid. If it's remote, you'll only hit remote. Check mark this box to remote. If it is on-site, just go ahead and click on-site below here, and then it will pop up for a job location. So whether that is in, let's say, Des Moines, Iowa, where I'm from right now, we can type that in there. And then if you want to do hybrid, if you guys offer hybrid roles, all you need to click is the on-site and the working from home available below here. That is our hybrid option for you guys. Any questions over that? Okay. Moving along, below here is the full-time or contract work. For direct hire, you just have the full-time or part-time, and then under contract, you guys have that W-2, 1099, and then below here is the contract length. We do offer you guys the option to either do it by weeks, months, or years. I do just want to point out that you guys can't do like 6 through 9 months. It does have to be exact number of months. So if it's 6 months or 9 months, you just have to put in 6 or 9 months. Otherwise, you guys can do by weeks or years as well. This option right here allows staffing firms and recruiters to apply on behalf of candidates. Just means that you guys don't mind getting those candidates that are represented. So if you guys don't mind getting those candidates, just go ahead and check mark that box as well. Below here is the pay range. We have annual or hourly. pay range below here, you guys can either do from minimum to a maximum, or you guys can just add a minimum, or you guys can add a maximum, whatever it is that you want. Either range or exact. If you have one company or a job that you guys cannot disclose the pay range on here, go ahead and at least just type or click this depends on experience. We have noticed a decrease in candidates applying to jobs if you don't have a pay range on there. So if you can't disclose it again, just hit depends on experience. At least you have something on there. For travel requirements, if you have any travel, you guys can type that in here. If you don't have any travel, you can type in no travel requirements or required. And then below here is where we can enter a job description. We do like to tell everyone anywhere from 400 to 800 words, and then go ahead and add anything that will make your company stand out, add any benefits, add anything about pay, any of that fun stuff. Go ahead and add that in there. And another thing I do want to disclose with you, if you guys are doing remote only positions, and for example, if this would be a remote only job that I am doing, I would type in here remote only, just so you are 100% transparent with those candidates, so they don't go through and apply for this job and then realize that it was remote only and they don't want to do remote only. So have remote only in there anywhere in that job description. I normally do mine here at the top, and then I'll start adding anything below here. When you guys do have that filled out, below here is where you guys can add any skills. You guys can go in here and add any skills manually. So for example, maybe we want to add SQL in there. We just type that in and then keep going from here. Otherwise, when you have this job description completely filled out, if you click suggest skills based off of your description up top, it will pull skill sets for you, and then you'll be able to just go through and add those clicking on them. Any questions over that? Okay. Over here where it says contact, this is what I was talking about earlier while I was going through your recruiter profile, where you guys can attach your recruiter profiles to your job postings. This will make those jobs appear on your recruiter profile, and then anybody that lands on that recruiter profile will be able to see all of those jobs that you have hiring needs for. If you don't want to attach your recruiter profile, just make sure this is unchecked, and then it won't add it in there. But I do highly suggest just making sure that it is added in there, just because, again, we have seen a really high increase in candidates applying if they do have that recruiter profile attached to your job posting. Below here is the application method. We offer you guys two ways to do this. The OnDice, which is recommended, or you can do it through your own website. The OnDice, the reason it is recommended is just because we can track a lot of information for you. Otherwise, if you want to do it through your own website, it is completely fine as well. The only thing is try and get that website as close to the apply button as you possibly can. By that, I mean, don't put your website on there that just lands it on your homepage, and then those candidates have to go try and find that job posting again. Try and get it to that job posting site. Again, we've seen a decrease in candidates applying to positions if they do land on your website and then have to go through and try and find that posting again. Once you have all of that completed, you guys can post your job as active, save it as inactive, or preview it. I am going to go over to managing jobs. This is where it will take you once you guys do post that job as active. It does take a little bit for it to load, so just bear with me. But from here, you guys will be able to see all your active job, inactive, archived, and all of your jobs in total. Below here, this is where those jobs will appear. If you want to sort through them, if you have a bunch of jobs on there that you want to try and sort through, you guys can sort through them by expires, job title, ID, owner, or last posted. Otherwise, you can go over here and enter the job title, ID, or owner as well. Below here, this is where you'll see those jobs, able to see the job title and owner. Under this job detail view, this just shows how many people have once that job will be inactive. And I do want to know another thing, that DICE will not notify you when that job is moved to inactive. It will just move it. So for that, to avoid it just being moved to inactive after those 30 days, we highly suggest going into this job and editing it, editing the job every 10 to 14 days. That way it'll move that last posted date up and that expires date back. Any questions over this? Okay. Yep. Once you got, if you guys are having candidates apply through your website, you will not be able to see how many applicants have applied to your job posting. It will just show right here, instead of this applicant and 9 number, it'll just show applies to URL, meaning we cannot track how many applicants have applied because they have left our website and went to your website to apply for that job. These numbers under applicants and talent search are hyperlinked. So if you were to click on applicants, it will take you to those applicants who have applied to the specific job. You'll be able to see all of their information, including their full resume. From here, if you guys really like a specific person, you guys can go ahead and download their full resume. You guys can trust them, not interested if they're just not qualified for what you are looking for. You guys can share this resume amongst your teammates, and then you guys can report this candidate as well. This reporting tool here is for you if you feel like this candidate is being fraudulent and not who they say they are. Doing any of these will not notify the candidate. This is for your eyes only. You will be able to see their emails, so you guys can go ahead and email them. Under messages, this is InstaMessage. So if you guys wanted to quickly get a hold of them, if you saw that they were currently live on the DICE website, you guys just can click on the message icon, and then you guys can reach out to them this way by typing whatever and then hitting send. If you do the InstaMessage and they are not live on the DICE website, in about 10 to 15 minutes, they will receive an email notifying them that they do have a message that they need to view on DICE. So either way works, whether you want to do it through the email or the InstaMessage option. Any questions over this? Okay. Sounds good. Under the other option over here where it says applicants and then other, if you did not click when posting this specific job that you don't mind getting those recruiter represented candidates, they will just filter out those candidates for you in the applicants and then other. Under other, these will all be those recruiter represented candidates. There's nothing wrong with these candidates. They just do like to sort those out for you guys just so it is easier to manage. But you will be able to see all of those candidates as well. Any questions before I move on?
I think, Amina, we are good.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. So I am going to go back into the manage job section and then show you guys under talent search what you guys can do from there. So if I was interested in this Java developer posting that I have, and I wanted to see if I can find any candidates by doing a talent search, This number right here is hyperlinked where you can go in and click on it and it'll pull all of those 53,000 candidates for you right here. It will have everything filled out for you. So you won't have to go through and fill it out. If you guys want to do a talent search just from scratch, if you go under search, put that here, hit search candidate, it'll pull all of this, but just not have it filled out for you guys. In the IntelliSearch, this is where you guys can just copy and paste a full job description or resume in here. And then based off of what it is you're looking for, you guys do just need to add a job. So this is a Java developer. We'll search that. Under keyword or Boolean searches, your Boolean searches are your and or nots. For example, maybe we are looking for someone with SQL and we'll do by consulting. We do that as a Boolean string, and then we would actually capitalize this. Below here, this is where you guys can add a location. So for example, maybe we are looking for someone in the New York area. We type in New York and then go ahead and just hit this plus button, and then it will add that New York location for you right below here. I do want to note one other thing. We can also exclude location. So maybe we want to actually look for someone in the Eastern time zone. We can look up by Eastern time zone, add that in there. But maybe we just, for some reason, cannot hire anyone out of the New York area. To exclude everyone out of that New York area, we just find New York below here. This little circle with the slash through it, if we click on that, that is our exclude button. So it will exclude everybody out of that New York area, but pull everyone that is in that Eastern time zone. Once we are happy with everything that we have right here, we're just going to go ahead and hit search, and then we are going to see what it pulls for us based off of that information. You can see that it brought us down to a little over 1,500 candidates, which is a lot easier to sort through than those 55,000 candidates that we had previously. Any questions over what I have just gone through?
Oh, I mean, actually, I was curious about this time zone search only, and that you already covered. I was about to ask that.
Yep. You can search it by, it's really nice. You can search it by any of the time zones, and it'll pull it up that way. Just something that is new and that we have added in there for you guys. And then I am going to hit on filters as well. If I don't hit on one that you guys want me to go over, please let me know and we can go through that as well. I am going to go over the ones I find very beneficial for you guys. One of those being this last active on Dice filter. As you can see, there are candidates on here. If I weren't to add any days in here, that you'll find candidates that haven't been active in over a year or more. Those are probably not your best fitting candidates to try and reach out to. So to get rid of those candidates, I normally come in here and search candidates that have been last active on Dice in the last 30 days. And those are probably your best fitting candidates. These are candidates that are probably looking for a new job if they are coming in here and updating anything every so often. You guys can also add any other days in here. So maybe you don't mind reaching out to candidates that have been last active in the 90 days. You guys can do that. Any days, any time frame in here up to 2,500 days is doable. I just like that 30 days for me personally. Profile source is another filter I want to go over with you guys. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but Dice does go through all the social media platforms that there are, and it will pull public information that they can find for candidates and create an account for them. So if you guys are running into candidates where you guys can't find a lot of information, you probably have this profile source filter set to any Dice and social. If you want to find candidates that have actually gone into Dice and created an account for themselves, just make sure that you have this Dice only section hit on. And then another filter I want to go over is work permits. There are candidates in here that have a lot of different kind of work permits. If you guys are a company that maybe is trying to find someone that has a H-1 visa because you guys can sponsor them, you guys can go in here and add that. Or maybe you guys are trying to find someone that is just a US citizen, go in here and add any of those and then hit search and it'll pull candidates based off of that information for you. I'm just going to maybe search one just for that has an H-1 visa. I'm going to hit search, and based off of everything that I have in here, it'll pull candidates that has that H-1 visa with all the other filters that I have added in here. You can see that the number of candidates keep going down just because we are trying to get those best fitting candidates, and those candidates that don't have these requirements that we have added in there are removed from that search for you guys. So if you guys are happy with the search, you guys can go ahead and start sourcing through these candidates. Otherwise, if you maybe just ran out of time and don't have time to go through and source these candidates right now, we do offer you guys the option to save this search so you guys can come back to it. By hitting save search and alert, you guys can come in here and then add that specific search that you guys are looking for and then save it. We do offer you guys the option to add an alert for this specific search as well. What that means is if you guys want to add an alert for daily emails, this will, based off of this sourcing that we have just done, it will send a daily email once a day in the morning with candidates that you have not viewed yet that may be a good fit for this specific search. You guys can also do it bi-weekly also, or if you guys don't want to receive any email updates on candidates, you guys can just leave it to off. But let's just say we want to receive those daily emails just so I can show you guys where you guys will be able to manage that as well. Quickly, I am going to go over the candidate's profile. From here, you guys will be able to see a lot of information already. You'll be able to see what type of visa they have, when the last time they updated their profile was, if they have a specific salary that they want, to be able to see all of that information, how many years of experience they have, and then any of the specific keywords or skill sets that they have based off of your description will be highlighted below here as well. From here, if you guys really like this candidate from just what you see right now, you guys can go ahead and download their full profile. I do just want to note that it will be considered a view and it will show you that right here. You guys can also share this candidate profile amongst your teammates. If you have taken any notes on this candidate, you guys will be able to see that right here. You guys can either positively or negatively rate this candidate. Again, this is for your eyes only, so you'll be able to see that right there. And then reporting this candidate, you guys can do that from here as well. Again, that is if you feel like the candidate is misrepresenting themselves, you guys can report that candidate, and our team will take a look into that. Over here to the right, this little eyeball icon, if you have viewed this candidate, it will show you that you have viewed this candidate. If anyone on your team has viewed this candidate, you'll be able to see that right here. And then someone on my team 2 years ago viewed this candidate, so I can go ahead and maybe reach out to Amanda and see if she has this candidate's profile saved, or if she has any input for me. That's why it does that for you guys right there. If you have taken any tags on this candidate, you'll be able to see that right there as well. And then any emails you have exchanged with the candidate, you'll be able to see that from there as well. Going into the candidate's profile, it does open up a new tab for you, which is kind of handy just because you don't have to exit out of this candidate's profile again to go look at any of those other candidates. You guys can just toggle over those. From here, if you want to, you guys can download the full profile from this candidate. Once you are in this page, it will not count another view if you download this full profile of the candidate. You guys, again, can share the candidate. If you want to take any notes or tags, rate the candidate, you guys can do any of that from here as well. Messaging the candidate from the Insta message, it will just appear right here for you. And then email, you guys can email this candidate as well. Below here, it'll show you when they last updated their resume or had any activity on Dice. When you last view the candidate, anyone on your group that's viewed the candidate, and if you've rated the candidate, will all be right there. Candidates similar to this candidate will appear right here for you guys. So maybe the candidate just missing something that you guys are looking for. Maybe these would be a better fit. And then any notes that you want to take on the candidates. Maybe you want to just type in good fit, just have that note in there. You guys can go ahead and save that. And then adding any tags on the candidate. So maybe you want to write that they've had 10 plus years of experience. You guys can go in here and add that. And then below here is just their the last of their profile. You'll be able to see all of that information from here, as well as their resume. Any questions over the candidate's profile? Okay.
Even one question, like when we do the general search, like for example, Java developer, we get too many responses, too many listings in the search, okay? And in some cases, some candidate doesn't mention the phone number. Can we restrict the search that wherever there is no phone number mentioned, we don't want those results to be popped up in the search?
Yeah, unfortunately, there is not a way to do that yet. I don't know if they will offer that for you guys later, but you guys can. So there will be a survey that is sent out to you guys after this session, where you guys can go in there and type in that you guys would like to be able to filter out candidates that don't have a phone number on there. And then they will take a look at that and then hopefully implement that in here for you guys.
Because that would be of real help, because in general technologies like Java, when we get too many searches, that would be killing the time, basically, if we don't have the phone numbers and viewing the files.
Yep, I agree. So if you guys just do want to, when you guys do receive that survey, go ahead and type in there that you guys would love to have that filter, and they will take a look at that. The team will take a look at that, and then based off of how many responses they get, they can go back and add that filter for you guys. Yep. Anything else? Yeah, no problem. I do want to quickly go over their saved searches and alerts, where you guys can manage that just by going in here and clicking Save Searches and Alerts. So we did set up this Java developer alert a few minutes ago, where we will receive daily emails on new candidates based off of that search. If for whatever reason you want to go later on and turn that off, you guys can just come in here and click off, and it will turn that off for you guys. Interaction history. So this is where you guys will be able to see all notes or anything, any candidate you have positively rated, negatively rated, any of the tags that you have done. You'll be able to see all of those candidates through here. And then I like to basically look at this as a filing cabinet. So you guys can come in here and filter by candidates that you have taken notes on, let's say with 10 years of experience. It will pull all of those candidates that you have taken notes on with 10 years of experience. You guys can just filter through them quickly. That's where you guys will be able to manage that. Last but not least, I want to go through the first page that we did land on when we do sign in. So from here, we can go and do everything that we just went through from this page. So if we want to come in here and quickly search up a candidate, we can do that directly from here and fill all of that information out, and it will take you to that candidate pool. Below here, if you have any of those candidates saved searches and alerts on, they will appear right here, and then you guys can manage them from here as well. Any saved searches that you have done and saved will appear right here. And then any recent searches you have done will appear right here as well. For post, engage, and hire, so this is where all of those jobs will appear. And then any candidates that have applied to that specific job, you'll be able to see directly from here. You guys can click manage jobs and it will take you to that manage jobs section. For resources, so this is updated quarterly for you guys. It's just here so you guys don't have to go do research on your own. So you'll be able to see, if you are interested to see what the tech salary report is currently, you can go in here and read that information directly from here. So this is for you to utilize if you want to. And then under tutorials, so everything I've gone through, you guys will be able to kind of go on here and do a quick refresher. Otherwise, again, I'm your client success partner. That is what I am here for. So if you guys do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My job here is to make sure that you guys have a good understanding and have all your questions answered so you guys are utilizing DICE to its best potential. Below here under tutorials and this gray shaded area, it will have my information for you. So if you guys don't have my email or my phone number, it will pull that information for you if you do just log in here. That way you guys can just quickly find my information and get a hold of me. It will also have your sales rep information as well over here. Unfortunately, I can't show it because I am on my own site, so it doesn't show my information. And below here, this gray shaded area is just any questions that you guys may have. You guys can come in here and read about us. If you have any support questions on how to change your password or managing your profile, you can come in here and look at all those FAQs. Otherwise, again, please reach out to me as you need to. I am here to help you guys. But that does sum up our training. Is there any other questions that I can answer for you guys?
I think, Amina, it was simple and easy to understand. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. If you guys do have any questions, please don't hesitate again to reach out to me. I am more than willing to help. If you guys like this Teams call where I can share my screen and go over anything with you, please feel free to just schedule that on my Calendly link and we can go through that. Well, if there is nothing else, I do want to thank you guys for joining on here with me, and please reach out again if you guys do have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.